A beautiful 20-ton red granite memorial honors Jim Thorpe's final resting place. Today the town of Jim Thorpe sits quietly along the banks.
I see your car. I see your car. What's your sin?
Have your tickets ready, please.
Today, the town of Jim Thorpe sits quietly along the banks of the Lehigh River and looks pretty much as it did 150 years ago when carriages clattered down the streets. Train cars rolled along the rails on both sides of the river, and barges floated up and down on the Lehigh Canal. Anthracite coal was king back then, and this town was one of the most prosperous shipping locations in the country.
Well, it's a pain in the ass. I got everything lined up down here. No, I'll leave it.
Our train is now passing underneath the 903 bridge. Jim Thorpe Memorial is located at 903 across the river on the east end of town. 903 heads towards lakes and deep in the Pocono Mountains, and Jim Thorpe sits at the southwestern tip.
Want this closed? No, leave it. Nailed that. All right, girls. How are you?
We're now entering the Jim Thorpe Rail Yard. On your left, the original engine house for steam locomotives was torn down in 1945 to make way for this large turntable. The hard metal is green in color, with yellow handrails, and it sits in a pit. The turntable is operational while using to turn our steam locomotives when it comes to town for coal quarters and other special
They had a 15-year run. It was good, too.
behind the box steam engines.
There's a lot of conversations about this. This camp will roll over and die if this river breaks.
This is a portion of the 165-mile Delaware and Lehigh National Heritage Corridor. If you ride one of our bicycle trains, this is the same path you would glide down for the 25-mile trip from Whitehaven to Jim Thorpe.
Thank you, sir.
Whitehaven sits underneath Route 80. cameras ready. We'll be over the Lehigh River in a few moments.
From New York to
Our train is approaching Nesquehoning Junction. The rail line to the left goes to Reading, Pennsylvania. Our hometown high bridge and fall foliage excursions take that line during a busy October season. We're going to be making a turn to the right. And on your left, the red brick building is the abandoned PQ switch tower that at one time controlled trade movements here at Nesquehoning Junction. The tower closed in April of 1972. We will now ride on the Reading and Northern's main line through the Lehigh Gorge. We're now 80 feet above the Lehigh River on the Nesquehoning Bridge. This bridge was reinstated to allow for the opening of the Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway in May of 2005. To your right is the town of Jim Thorpe, and to your left is a brand new railroad bridge being constructed that I will talk about on the way back.
Oh, there's a bridge also. No, on the bridge now.
Our train is now going over the Coalport Bridge. This passes over the Reading and Northern's Lehighton branch, as well as the Norfolk Southern Lehigh line. This was the former Lehigh Valley Railroad underneath us that was once owned by Asa Packer. The Lehigh Valley main line went from Pennsylvania Station in New York City to Buffalo, New York, a distance of over 440 miles.
New York to Buffalo.
Coming up to a tank on the side. Mommy, we were in the
Companies. It's not like I just don't want train and take all the way across.
The road on your right is the access road into Lehigh Gorge State Park. In a few moments, our train will drop down onto the main line, and we'll be on our way up the mountain.
First train ride?
Through the former village of Old Penn Haven. We're coming up on the location of the former Hotel Juanita. This railroad-owned summer resort was built in 1885 and attracted many visitors from the big cities. This 4-story old wood hotel boasted an 80-foot-long bar. The hotel was accessible only by railroading or hiking. Sadly, the hotel burned in 1911 during a mountain brush fire, and unfortunately, it was never rebuilt.
Oh, they used to have a telephone going up the mountain. They used to wait there.
Coming up on the right is an abandoned railroad tunnel. This is one of the several high spots if you bike or hike the rail trail.
I know.
Look into the mountain on the right and you'll see a hole in it. That's the abandoned Jersey Central Tunnel. That tunnel was blown out in the mid-1800s.
Like,
As we get on the next bridge, look over your right-hand shoulder into the face of the mountain, and you'll see this abandoned railroad tunnel. This is the Lehigh Gorge State Park. Keep watch for some of Pennsylvania's wildlife. Here, black bear, turkey, and Pennsylvania state bird, the ruffed grouse. These are just a few of the animals we see along our line. Every so often, a hawk, an eagle, a flock of vultures, and occasionally Canadian geese can be spotted overhead. The Lehigh Gorge State Park includes plenty of Pennsylvania state flowers, the mountain laurel, along with native oaks, maples, poplars, and birch trees. Our train is approaching a wide spot along the railroad. This area is called Hetchel. It's one of the few places where the tracks of the Lehigh Valley Railroad, that's the tracks you're riding on, and the Jersey Central, that's the rail trail, they were at the same grade or level here. The C&J roadbed is now the Viking Trail, which extends some 20 miles northwest to the town of Whitehaven. Down on the right below the rail trail, that's what's left of the Lehigh Canal. The canal was here first, and then the railroads were built in place of the canal. The Lehigh River is a tributary of the Delaware River. The Lehigh is 109 miles long. The word Lehigh comes from a Lenape word phrase meaning where there are forks. Its upper course has numerous Class 2 and Class 3 rapids and supports a wide range of outdoor activities, including rafting, kayaking, canoeing, and tubing. The river holds many species of fish, including trout, bass, carp, and catfish. The Lehigh River rises in the Pocono Mountains and several ponds in Lehigh Township, Wayne County. historically important exercise for this river was owned by the Lehigh Culinary from the mid-1900s to the mid-20th century, through the operations of this. The Lehigh River flows southeast to Allentown, where it curves east, passing Bethlehem to reach Easton and Phillipsburg, New Jersey, where it joins the Delaware River. Our train is approaching Oxford Curve, which is one of the sharpest curves on the line, and forms almost a complete circle. The name Oxford is older than the canal system operated on this part of the river. The voters thought that this curve resembled an oxbow or a yoke. They are used when oxen or mules pull heavy wagons, canals, and other roads. About a fourth of the way into the curve, we'll pass underneath what looks like a footprint. This is actually a former oil pipeline that is suspended above the track and river. This span is about 865 feet. This was one of the original pipelines in the United States. It ran from Pittsburgh City, Pennsylvania, to the northwestern tip to Linden, New Jersey. Today, fiber optic cables are inside the pipeline. The pipeline was built in 1886, and the engine is right underneath the pipeline now. Today, fiber optic cables are inside the pipeline. On the opposite side of the trail, in the trees to the right, are the remains of a former canal lock. This portion of the Lehigh Canal from Whitehaven to Mock Chunk was named the Upper Grand section. There were a total of 20 dams and 29 locks. The canal was destroyed by a severe flood in the 1860s, and railroads were built through the Lehigh Gorge in place of the now destroyed canal. As we climb the mountain, we'll be making some S-turns right and to the left. So passengers in the back can get a picture of the train as it continues upwards. In this curve, we'll be passing a milepost. It'll be on the right-hand side, the riverside, up against the side of the train. It will have the number 128 on it. This indicates we are 128 miles west of Pennsylvania Station in New York City. Pictured on top of the milepost is the white-tailed deer. This is the Pennsylvania State Monument. Watch the other animal-themed milepost is in the gorge. visited the Lehigh Gorge in 1829. He spent over a month painting images of birds moving around. This time the gorge was largely untouched by human hands, but Audubon conceived that this was not the case. Lumber was in such high demand during the mid to late 1800s that much of Pennsylvania's forest was stripped bare. The Lehigh Gorge was no exception. The old growth forests of white pine and hemlock were harvested and sent down the Lehigh River. The wood was used for lumber, and the bark was used in tanneries for fuel in the kilns for drying out the leather bags. Over to the right coming up, the Lehigh is very deep and slow at this location. This is where Bear Creek empties into the Lehigh River on the opposite side. Bear Creek is a great fishing location for Pennsylvania state fish, the brook trout. Bear Creek coming up on the right. Lehigh Gorge State Park is 4,500 acres in the Southern and Clinton counties. Hunting and fishing are permitted in the county. Popular game includes select grouse, squirrels, turkeys, white-tailed deer, black bear, and rabbit. The Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission ensures that anglers will have plenty of chances to catch trout in the river. Passengers on the left-hand side of the train are able to see a small waterfall. This is a good photo opportunity. Coming up on the left, this small stream exits the deep growth of the forest and runs directly under the tracks to meet the Lehigh River. Even on the hottest and driest of summer days, this creek never runs dry.
Don't expect too much now, it's good.
I'll let passengers know when the engine is right across from the waterfall, which will be on the left-hand side. Okay, here comes the waterfall. Look down along the tracks. And in the river on your right is some kayakers. They're in their wetsuits and helmets. They're very brave today.
That's it.
Go through walls and touch things.
The rumor is they shut that off at 8 o'clock at night.
Oh, yeah?
I'll tell you, the bears love it. In the early morning in the summer, when the freight, we come through on the freights, there's usually a sow with some cubs sitting in that. Cold, and it takes the mosquitoes off the babies.
Like Saturday and Sunday. Fridays and Saturdays.
Now this is the northern terminus of of our trip, we're going to stop up here, and when we do, people on this side of the train can get up if you want to, if you don't want to ride backwards, and most don't. Pull the middle of the back of your seat towards you,
Our train
and
is
you'll be
slowing
riding the
down here
opposite
at
direction.
Old Penn
After
Haven.
you're done on this side, we'll do this side. That
This
way
wide
we can
spot was
all
once a
tackle
point where the tracks of the original Lehigh Valley Railroad curved across the river at this location in the mid-1850s.
This car's 140.
This was also an important location for the canals.
Okay, on this side, if you want to get up and move your seat, let's do that now.
I can't do it.
Passengers can get up out of their seats.
Picture, too bad he's not working today, of a female going across the road. She was 6 feet long. That's big for a timber rat. 6 foot. And we're going to pass the switch up here. When I was a conductor, we always had trouble. We had to check under the switch because there was a nest of them under there. And for some reason, she came back every year, same female, and she'd hatch her babies, and they were born alive underneath that switch. And we learned quick that if you hear buzzing, you don't throw the switch. You had to wait till a ranger showed up with a snake hook and could pull her out of there. And we used to wear snake leggings. They don't wear them anymore because now that with all the bicycles going up and down the path, the snakes get out of the way. It's the copperheads that are the problem. They're aggressive and they'll come after you. But we wore leather snake leggings, and I only never got hit one time. That was it. It never got through the leg.
If you miss the waterfall coming up,
If you missed that spectacular waterfall,
on the left side again,
I got a quick show here. I'm going to get a picture of this. But like I said, when we ran freights out through here early in the morning, it was common to see a female with her cubs sitting in there, just pull it off. But first sign of the sun coming up, the hairs are gone. This is full of them. You may want to, I know it's exciting, but control yourself.
You ruined the shot for him. You can never get it again. It was kind of important. I was just hoping you would keep next time. No, I was saying you were looking at the water. Why did I tell you to lean back? Yeah, exactly. Soil I can assure you. Now, unless somebody planted it on my
Oh, God forbid. You know what? Bob would do that.
Yeah, he was.
This whole area reminds me of where 611 runs south of the Delaware Water Gap. Looks a lot like that.
This will be a good one.
Yeah.
The only thing that keeps this down, though, that's it. Bring them in.
halfway up and you gotta climb back down the mountain?
Yeah, right now. And then after we play Ravens, that looks too hard. And then after that, we get to play most likely Ravens. So slowly, we're second, and then we have to be
There's a couple of kayakers over there on the left. Yeah, they're wearing wetsuits for sure. But that water's cold in July, I'll tell you right now. Firsthand, I know about that. We had a lady on our last trip that wanted her money back when she didn't see a bear. The bears are on their own schedule, they're not coming. We come through here on freight trains, there's bears everywhere. Matter of fact, we have a 5-mile-an-hour speed limit through the park. So it's just nothing for a bear in their territory. They'll sit down right in the middle of the gate when the train's coming up on us. We had a male that did that. He wouldn't move, and we called in. We had a time freight we were calling wine load. And it was on the way to Baltimore, and we didn't get going. And this probably a 500-pounder male sat down in the middle of the gauge with his back to us. So we called headquarters in Port Clinton. We said, we're on time. What are we going to do? We got a male sitting down. Can you get the Rangers up there to the park and get him out of here? He said, Rangers won't do anything with him. The bears, you're in his habitat. So sit tight. He said, well, we might outlaw, which means we'd run over 8 hours. And that means they have to bring a crew out to relieve us. And we're in the middle of nowhere back there because they can't bring a motor vehicle into the park. So we had to walk out. And I'm not getting out of that train with a 500-pound bear. So we waited 47 minutes. We took all kinds of pictures of him. You know, and he knew, right? We were inching forward trying to float a horse. He wasn't even looking. So finally he stood up and he looked up at the cab. He knew we were in there. And I'll tell you what, I was swallowing hard thinking if he comes up that ladder, I'm going to wet myself. He stood up and he looked in the cab and he backed up and he turned around and he lifted his leg and he peed on the front of the train and walked away. So sick. It's my turf and you'll wait till I'm ready to go. Went down across the river and left. There are bears in here, trust me. It's just that they're nocturnal and they have their own. Actually, there's a sign down here. Watch for bears. We have a picture of headquarters of the guy that was putting that sign in. The 2 bears were walking across the road behind him. We never saw them. We never saw them. The photographer did. He jumped up on the bicycle and got out of there. 2 of them. So they're here.
That's great.
I don't know if you heard of hunting is allowed in the park. If you kill something, you kill a 200-pound buck. You got to carry him out because you can't bring a motor vehicle in to take him out. So, there's a guy that has a dog team, a dog sled team. He races an Iditarod every year, and he practices in here. He has a sled on wheels, and he'll hire out and hunt season to bring your game out. Little cottage industry here. Cool. Yeah. Apparently they must have
I thought that I was charging the whole way, and then when I did contract mechanics, that recorded audio fine for like 4 hours.
It's when it stopped working forever. Yep. We're done. We're going to fold our tents and get out of here. No, it's only so much crowd. We expect tomorrow's going to be a especially with all fans. They're going to be knocking each other over. It's actually right here.
We're at the Glen Oco area, coming up on the left is the abandoned tunnel. And the Lover's Lane to the waterfall is on the right. All the wood rotted away.
The answer is no.
The waterfall is still there.
Unless they settle this, and I'm hoping or somebody should have. They're here to run the train. They're not here to go by high school. They are here.
Coming up at the yellow gate, on the left is the entrance to the old tunnel. Look over your left shoulder and you'll see the big hole in the mountain. That wasn't board, that was blown out with black powder or dynamite back in the mid-1800s. On your right, on the other side of that orange fence, that's the construction road that had to be put in before we started work on the new bridge. And road is for all the construction equipment, the cranes, the bulldozers, etc. that tear into the earth to make the pillars for the new railroad bridge. This is the newest railroad bridge to cross the Lehigh River in over 110 years. Several hundred trees were removed before they could start grading the road. And because this is a state park, all of the drilling and grading for the road, none of the debris could be stored on this side, so it had to be carried to the other side, the non-state park side. And you'll see mountains of dirt there. Most of that is from this side of the river. The purpose of the railroad bridge is to expedite freight from central Pennsylvania to New York, New England, and Canada.
That mountain of dirt came from this side.
Oh, wait, no. I thought that was the bridge from King.
We are approaching Nesquehoning Junction. And the tracks to Reading and Tamaqua on the right-hand side. This is the old PQ switch tower.
Yeah, it was where the pipeline was.
This, believe it or not, was a coal loading spot. Coal used to come down the mountain in chutes. They go into railroad cars and or canal boats at this location.
When you get into our station stop at Jim Thorpe, and you get up to Lee, please check around your seating area. Make sure that you haven't inadvertently dropped any keys or a wallet or any personal items. Because once you get off the train, we move. So please check around, make sure that nothing of yours is personal is left. Check under your seat too. If I just take a look at the seat. If you have anything in the luggage rack, I don't see anything. We actually had a lady who see through, left the baby in the luggage rack. Kid was sound asleep, loving the drive. I guess you figure I should put him up here for a minute. She got off the train and left him. And we found a baby, but no big deal, I tell you. How do you leave a baby behind? She did anyway. If you accumulate any trash on the trip, please be kind enough to pick it up and take it back to the trash can right there on the right before you go out the door. Just drop it in, you don't even break some rice. Just drop it in. Alright? I'll be outside on the ground when we get into the station. If you're coming down those steps, be very careful. Weigh over 105 pounds and you fall, I'm not catching you. My mom didn't raise any fools. If you're attractive and 105 or under, I'll catch you. That's how it works. Now, seriously, these steps are narrow, they're old, they were made 104 years ago for smaller feet. That's the truth. So be very careful going down the steps. Right? Last of all, and most important, you're the reason that we've been able to operate for the past 15 years successfully. Come tomorrow, this is all over. This railroad will cease to exist here. So thank you so much for showing us the support you did. And don't think for a minute that the staff and crew of this train doesn't appreciate it because we do. Thank you.
Surprisingly hard to do. Flat.
By the way, we're going to exit on that end of the train, okay, so we don't get a traffic jam trying to get off the train. We're going to move as quick as we can. The blow's going to glare here like a blue fire.
We're coming into the Jim Thorpe Rail Yard once again. At the church entrance on the right. You know the sign there, that church all around. The turntable is a stack of bituminous coals used in our scenic passengers for riding with us today. Be sure to look overhead and under your seat. Any mittens or hats you might have left behind. patronage of our passengers. You can ride some of our other trains in Schuylkill Haven, Pottsville, and the Reading Outer Station. Reading Outer Station along Route 61 is where we're going to be having our sandwich train. As we pull into the station, when you get up to D-Train, please look for a step box and a car host on the ground, and please look down as you D-Train. And the two stainless steel cars on the right, that's one of our RDC trains. It comes here on the weekends, either from Pottsville or the Reading Outer Station. We bring about 150 people on town when the train is full. These cars are built by the Budd Company in Philadelphia. They were manufactured about 1950, 51, 52. The cafe car, the southbound stainless steel one, was a cafe car and went from Reading Terminal, it went to Jersey City, where the people would have to commute to Manhattan. Well, Chunk, thanks again. Have a safe afternoon, folks.
You should spend the whole day here. Yeah. It's like an all-dayer because they got here before noon. When they get here, like 11:30, right? Yeah.